Hello, guys. Once again, I welcome you to today's program. Today, we are going to cover a whole lot of interesting topic that you, as a graphic designer, you need to have at your fingertips. So, so
So
I will
I will
be
be
treating a topic. The first topic that I will be tackling will be what a graphic design is. We need to know what a graphic design is. The second thing that we will also be treating is the elements of graphic design. What are the elements of graphic design? What are the elements of graphic design? The following thing that we'll be checking also will be the principles of graphic design. These are very crucial things that you, a graphic designer, have to know them. If you don't know them and you don't practice them, well, trust me, your graphic design will be poorly accepted out there. You understand? So kindly follow. And the next thing we'll be treating is who a graphic designer is, the tasks of a graphic designer, and also how to become perfect as a graphic designer. So with much ado, let me share my screen. I believe you can all see my screen. Yes, you can now see my screen now. So let's start from what a graphic design is. What really is graphic design? If you hear the word graphic design, what come into mind? What it is to say, okay, this is graphic design, this is graphic design, and this is graphic design. Okay, so now I want you to know that graphic design, as the word says, is a discipline, a creative discipline. Can you pay attention? Is what a creative discipline, okay? A creative discipline that involve the visual communication of ideas. Now, I want you to underline in your mind, or you can pen down a visual communication, which simply means as a graphic designer, whatever that you'll be designing will be seen with eye. It is not in audio form. Are you getting it? And the second thing I want you to pay attention to is that whatever that you are designing, you are actually communicating an idea. You are speaking an idea to the public or to the viewer of your design. You are actually speaking a message or sending a message to the viewer. You are also sending an information to the viewer. Okay. And you design using the elements that will be treating as our next sub topic. Are we together? As a graphic designer, the goal of graphic designer is to what? Convey. The primary goal of a graphic designer is to convey a message or evoke a specific response from the viewer. You can design either to convey a message or be requesting a response from a viewer. Are we getting it? In that regards, let's move to what are the elements of graphic design. When we see this, we will know that we have uh, number one element is the line. When we talk about the line are the most basic of element. Okay, they can be straight, they can be curved. Actually, also thin, it can also be thin, thick and thin, or it can vary in thickness. Are you getting it? Lines are can create structure, divide space. Actually, you can use the line that we are talking about to create a structure. Don't be confused. The line I'm talking here is just the normal line that we draw, a straight line. Draw a straight line, draw a parallel line, and all those stuff. That is one basic element of a graphic design. As a graphic designer, you'll be using line. In fact, most of it will be line to do a whole lot of graphic design. Okay. Now, the second element is shape. When we talk about shape, they are two-dimensional forms created by lines or boundaries. When those lines come together, we can have a square or rectangle, or we can also have a lot of shapes with it. Are we together? and they can be organic or non-organic. Organic or non-organic. It can be geometric. Now, geometric in the sense, geometric in a sense that you have it that you can pick from. But organic in this or organic in this sense is that what you draw it yourself, kind of customizing. Are we together? The next element that we have is color. The next element that we have is what? Color. And color is a powerful element that evokes emotions. When you see a color in a graphic design, know that the color is there purposely, either communicating whatever that you are designing, either an obituary you are designing or a wedding flyer you are designing. Know that the color in that should speak a lot. Are you getting it? Unlike the normal business flyers that we do, the client itself will be like, I want this color, I want this color, I want this color. But when it comes to occasion and stuff, you know that color play a very crucial role in graphic design. You can, for example, not be designing a wedding flyer, then be using red. Red signify danger. So why are you using too much red in designing a wedding flyer? Why? Are the couples in danger? Are you getting it? Those are the questions you need to ask. So, as a graphic designer, you should pay attention to these elements that we are treating. None is manure or none is not important. All of them is all important, equally important. Pay attention to them well and know how to use them skillfully and creatively. The next element is texture. When we talk about texture, is refers to the visual or tactile quality of a surface. It can be actual felt through touch or implied, created visually. Texture adds depth and visual interest and can communicate the characteristics of object or material within a design. If you have any question, ask me by commenting. Wherever you watch the video, comment. I will I am 24 hours available to respond to you. So feel free, let it be interactive. The next thing is typography, or the next element is typography. When we talk about the typography, is the act and arrangement of typefaces into bracket font, including letters, numbers, and symbols. When you see a graphic design, or when you have a sample of a graphic design or a design, any letter and the numbers that you can trace on them becomes your typography. So the typography comes from the word text, or text comes from the word typography, vice versa. Are we together? So any design you see, the text that are on it and the letters that are on it and the numbers that are on it becomes your typography. Are we together? The next thing is space. Space refers to the area within or around design element. It can be positive, it filled with element, or negative, empty or white space. Effective use of space helps establish hierarchy, balance, and visual clarity in the design. Are we together? As a graphic designer, you have to take this very serious. You will see a design and you tell yourself this is too clumsy. It's because the technical knowledge of know-how of spacing were not accurately applied there. That is why. So the seventh one is scale and proportion. Scale refers to the size of element in relation to one another or to the overall design. Proportion is the harmonious relationship between different elements based on their size, shapes, or quantity. A scale and a proportion create visual balance and hierarchy in a design. This is a self-explanatory. The next one is balance. Balance refers to the distribution of visual weight within a design. Now, the ninth one is contrast, and the 10th one is unity. Now, let's move on to principles of graphic design. I believe you are getting something. Don't be worried if today is your first time hearing some terms. Know that we always have first thing or first time to everything or some things. You understand? When this, if that is your first time of hearing something, don't be worried. Just keep listening. Take your notes. See, that is very most important. Take your notes seriously. Then you will get used to them as you keep listening to them. Okay. So the principles of graphic design. The first one is balance. When we talk about balance, balance refers to the distribution of visual weight in a design. It can be achieved through symmetric or radial balance. Balance ensures that elements are arranged harmoniously and that the design feels stable and visually appealing. Okay, whenever you are designing, make sure the design are in a balanced form or the balance. The second is the contrast. The third principle is what? Emphasis. Emphasis in this sense simply means that when you see some posts, there are some things that emphasizes or that is directly communicating or what the design is about. Those things you should go straight to the point. Don't be designing and be putting unnecessary things to make the design look too clumsy. Don't you notice the designs that are simple, that don't have much letters, much pictures? They're the one that you stop and watch well. You understand? So it's not about putting more pictures, more. It depends, but it's not really about that. It's about how you will arrange it, balance it, put it in the right contrast, and put the focus straight. So when we talk about emphasis, is the principle of drawing attention to a specific element or area within a design. It can be achieved through contrast, size, color, placement, or using unique and eye-catching elements. Emphasis helps communicate hierarchy and importance within a design. The next principle is unity, and the next one is alignment. These are self-explanatory. That's why I am kind of moving from them, just mentioning them, not really digging into what or how, why or what they do. You understand? Okay, the next one is repetition. Repetition involves the consistent use of design elements throughout a composition. It helps create visual consistency, establish patterns, and unify the design. Now, let me chip in this. As a designer, you have to have or write this on your wall, your goal. Why do you choose to become a graphic designer? Why do you want to become a graphic designer? Write it on your wall. Why? Is it because of money? Is it because of pleasure for the work? Is it because you want to make mama proud? I want you to just do that for me now. Put it on your wall. Write it down. After the class, you will put it on your wall and you appreciate it when you take that step. Now, the next principle is repetition. Repetition involves the consistent use of design element throughout a composition. It helps create visual consistency, establish patterns, and unify the design. This repetition can be seen in the use of consistent font, color, shapes, or organic elements. What this means is that when you see some graphic design and the things are not relating, the first object that you see or shape that you see on the this thing is totally different from the second this thing that you will see, shape that you will see, and you can see that it's poorly arranged. Those are the principles that we need to pay attention to. So the next one, I will just mention them: proximity, white space, hierarchy, and simplicity. Now, let's move on to who a graphic designer is. As a graphic designer, is a professional. A graphic designer is a professional who specializes in the field of graphic design. As simple as that. But take note of this: they are skilled in using various design elements, principles, and software tools to create visually appealing and effective designs for a wide range of purpose. Play that again. Now, let's move on to the tasks that is being performed by the graphic designer. Or as a graphic designer, the tasks that you do. Number one is what? You create logos. Branding materials, also, you create them. Visual identities for business and organizations. You design advertisement posters and stuff, brochures also. and other marketing materials, newspapers, a whole lot, magazine. You design a lot, designing packaging, uh, and also product labels. Okay, you collaborate with copywriters, photographers, and other professionals to create a cohesive design. Okay, so you can come to me, we design things together, bring order, then we design things together. Are you getting it? So now the next, which become our last for today's lesson, I don't really want to make it lengthy. Okay, it is not about the volume, but it's about how well you use this small that you learn. Are you with me? So the last one for today is how to become a good graphic designer. Number one is develop a strong foundation in art and design. You have to love what you do. That is a key thing. You must love it. Develop a love for it. Be intentional about it. That this graphic design, I love it and I will do it. Anything you don't love have the right to leave you. Even your girlfriend, if you don't love, or your spouse, if you don't love your spouse, they have the right to leave you. It is your love, your attention, your care that will keep them at your heart. Are you with me? So, as a graphic designer, develop a strong foundation in art and design. Acquire fundamental knowledge of art principles such as color theory, composition, typography, and layout. The number two things that will make you become a good graphic designer is what? Pursue formal education or training. Don't say, I know it already. Oh, is it about the element of graphic design? Then you start mentioning them. No. Whenever you hear a class, take it again. Go and learn. There is something surely that you will hear at your first hearing. Okay. Always take training. You can never say you have passed the age of training. No, no, that is pride if you are having that. Okay. The second or the next thing is what? Study design history and current trend. There is always an abreast system to this graphic design. Every season we have a typical or a current flow of how graphic designs flow in the system. So don't always be archaic. The way we design or they design graphic design 10 years ago is not the same way they design graphic design today, or they take the steps in graphic design today. So always be abreast, ask questions, make friends with other graphic designers, see how they design. If it's about photo, let's say barbering shop design that you are asked to do, consult samples, get more samples on board, see how they put their own. That will also inform you again of what to do. You have to be abreast to the system. Okay. You have to master design software tools. The tools that you use, is it Photoshop? Is it Pixel Lab? Is it Canva? Whatever. Make sure you are good in it. Like, be good in it. And you can only be good in it when you consistently practice. Are we together? You have to master the design software, build a diverse portfolio. Okay. Make sure your CV is very strong. Like strong, like strong, like strong. Seek constructive feedback. Ask people, ask your client, the work I did for you, is it good for you? Should I work on it again? Sometimes at my level, I work for clients and I still ask them, are you sure you're okay? Yes, I have time for them. Not that I don't have things doing, but I have a lot on board. But because I need to build my brand, I need to take care of them. Be intentional about that. Ask them. In fact, when you do, client can stress you. Client can stress you. You'll be working for them, and they'll be like, "This one you need to do here again." Be doing it for them. Please be doing it for them. Do it for them. Be patient. Do it for them. Okay. Mhm. And also charge them. That is most importantly. Charge them. Are you with me? Okay, so you experiment and explore. You stay inspired. You have to be in your inspiration have to be intrinsic. You don't rely mostly on anything, but rather inspire yourself. Okay. Surround yourself with design inspiration. You can just go to Pinterest, see how people design, and inspire yourself. Okay. And the last thing is continuously learn and improve. As I said earlier on, make sure you take training programs seriously. Anytime you hear training in graphic design, enroll yourself. Anytime you hear, enroll yourself. Anytime you hear, enroll yourself. Don't say, oh, I'm too old for this. You have to network and also collaborate. I said that already. So this brings us to the end. Okay, this brings us to the end of today's lesson. As I said, if today is your first time, consider subscribing. Follow me on all social media, KJA Graphics, and you have in-depth into graphic design. Trust me. Trust me. Stay blessed. I love you all. Bye.